It's hard to argue that the deterioration of the relationship between Rhaenyra Targaryen and Sir Criston Cole didn't help lead to the Dance of the Dragons, the terrible Targaryen civil war we're going to see in House of the Dragon. But this video, I want to talk about what actually happened and who's to blame and who's a little bit more angry than the other side. So why did Rhaenyra and Sir Criston Cole become deadly foes? What happened to make them go from being pretty close to, hey, I'm gonna be the kingmaker and just ruin your entire day? Let's explore that. Now for House of the Dragon, this is how HBO describes Criston Cole's character. He is the common-born son of the steward to the Lord of Blackhaven. He has no claim to lands or titles. All he has is his honor and his skill with sword and lance. He is a challenger, a champion, cheered by the commons, beloved of the ladies. He is a lover, or is he? A seducer, or is he? A betrayer, or is he? A breaker of hearts and a maker of kings. I like how HBO is really playing into the mystery of who it was that did the final little shove, so good on you, HBO, for keeping the mystery. So now I'm gonna go over the background of Rhaenyra and Criston Cole, their relationship really fast. If you want a full in-depth video of Criston Cole and his background before the Dance of the Dragons, that video is up for people that support me on Patreon for the $5 and up tier, and I will probably release that video in a week or two, but you never know with my deteriorating brain. Rhaenyra Targaryen was the daughter of King Viserys I, and Sir Criston Cole, from House Cole, that was in the Stormlands, became a Kingsguard at the age of 23. Cole had impressed a 7-year-old Rhaenyra when he defeated everybody in a tourney and ended up giving not only the victor prize to her, but also begged for her favor. From that point out, Rhaenyra became absolutely enamored with Criston. I still think it's a little weird for a, dude in his early 20s to be giving a 7-year-old stuff and trying to get in her good graces, but that's not the point right now. This led Rhaenyra to begging her father, King Viserys, to make Sir Criston Cole her own protector. And because King Viserys I was just, he gave in to every whim of his daughter. I mean, Rhaenyra had him wrapped around her little finger. So Viserys said yes, and that made Sir Criston Cole guard Rhaenyra day and night. He was always with her at feasts, at dances, didn't matter, he was always at her side. And of course, this little girl, as she was growing, just became more and more in love with him. Rhaenyra's continued infatuation with Sir Criston Cole soon came to the attention of other people. Viserys I's second wife, Queen Alicent Hightower, noticed what was going on and wondered at court, hey, he's protecting Rhaenyra, but should we be protecting her from him? However, on all accounts, he never stole a single kiss or gave any words of love or promises, so he seemed pretty honorable, allegedly. In 111, it's where things start to go downhill. Not completely, but it starts the downward slide. So Rhaenyra's uncle, brother to King Viserys I, Daemon Targaryen, came to King's Landing. There was a tourney. If rumors are true, Daemon Targaryen, well, he admitted to it, taught Rhaenyra how to seduce a man. There was a lot to it. Some pretty interesting things. I go over that in the Criston Cole video. I don't want to talk about it right now. However, when Rhaenyra finally felt she was ready with all the sexual education from her uncle, she decided, okay, now is the time to seduce Sir Criston Cole so we can finally be together. However, when she went to seduce him, he was completely horrified and turned her away and just could not believe what was happening. But there didn't seem to be any super hard feelings yet. In 112 AC, Sir Criston Cole became the commander of the Kingsguard, and then in 113 AC, it was announced that Rhaenyra was betrothed to Laenor Velaryon, a match she really did not want. Now, there are two accounts of what happened the night that she was betrothed to Laenor, and I'm going to go over them. One account says that Rhaenyra actually went to the White Sword Tower, ended up locking the door, dropping her robe. She was completely naked, and she said to Sir Criston Cole, I love you, I want to be with you, take my virginity, and maybe if you take my virginity, Laenor will not want me anymore. So it's kind of a win-win. But Sir Criston, being an honorable knight, said, no, get the fuck out of here, which left Rhaenyra to just storm off super pissed. In the second account of what happened that night, it's said that Sir Criston Cole actually went to the bedchambers of Rhaenyra and finally confessed his love for her, saying, I have a ship, we can go to Essos, we can live together, we can be happy, let's go. But Rhaenyra was the one that finally rejected him and said, no, I'm the blood of the dragon. I deserve better than a life wandering through Essos. I will be the queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Get the fuck out. In that version, Sir Criston Cole is the one that storms out enraged. So what version of that night is true? I'd like to think it's the second version because I don't like Cole. And why I lean more towards the second account is because from that night out, they both hated each other a lot, but Sir Criston Cole was the one that went out of his way to do really passive-aggressive things, sometimes straight aggressive things, to Rhaenyra. And to me, that sounds like a jilted lover. I mean, why would he be mad with Rhaenyra if he had to reject her a second time? He was chill with it the first time. He would just go, hey, no, come on. Had a little bit too much to drink. You need to go to your bedchambers. The one explanation to that, and I could see, is that if Sir Criston Cole really was the honorable knight that everybody claims he was, maybe it did enrage him. Maybe it was the final push of, Rhaenyra, you're betrothed to someone. You're going to be the queen of the Seven Kingdoms. You can't be doing this stuff. Not only that, you are defying the king's orders. How can you do that? This isn't right. So maybe all of that compounded and he went, you know, you don't deserve to be the queen of the Seven Kingdoms, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure you never are. There were other people that felt Rhaenyra was a whore and that she didn't deserve to sit at the Iron Throne, so why wouldn't a super honorable knight think the same? A knight that had dedicated his entire life to protecting whoever sat on the Iron Throne. Or maybe he is a jilted lover. Rhaenyra rejecting him just sent him over the edge, and he wanted to do anything and everything he could to get back at her. Now, I'm not disagreeing that Sir Criston Cole probably was a bit ambitious and wanted power, but what power would he get by going to Essos with Rhaenyra? Her dragon? He didn't really seem to have a huge plan of being powerful and rich. And if he was hoping to seduce Rhaenyra, I don't think he was so stupid as to not know King Viserys I would punish his ass very hard. King Viserys I wasn't a total softy and idiot with his kids like Aegon V was. And I do think Rhaenyra is petty enough, if Sir Cole did reject her a second time, for her to say something to him like, hey, as soon as I come to the throne, I'm going to make sure you are not a commander of the King's Guard because I can't trust you and I don't want you here. And that may have set him off. You are jeopardizing my entire career, what I've dedicated myself to, because I won't fuck you? Well, now I am gonna fuck you. But metaphorically, not literally. I know you guys got that, I just had to spell that out. Maybe he did want to make sure that she didn't get to the throne because, one, he didn't want to have his lifetime achievements taken away, and two, he felt like a spoiled brat and didn't deserve to sit on the Iron Throne. But back to the power angle and Criston hitting on Rhaenyra and trying to seduce her the second time for power. Criston did see how Viserys' brother Daemon came and went in favor, and maybe he believed Rhaenyra and him could spend some time in Essos, and when King Viserys, who just absolutely loved his daughter, he was obsessed with her, apple of his eye, finally forgave them so she would come back to the Seven Kingdoms, then he could eventually be king. Maybe he was a great schemer. Although maybe he didn't even want to take it that far. Maybe he didn't want to actually be married to her. Maybe he just wanted to be Rhaenyra's side lover so he could get more power when she came to the throne. Being the lover of the monarch would get you some benefits. And Sir Criston Cole probably knew that Lenore wasn't exactly into women, so maybe he was hoping, oh, hey, I can help Rhaenyra have some kids, and those kids will eventually sit the Iron Throne. So now my bloodline is on the throne. And then when he was rejected, he cozied up with Queen Alicent to work on getting her boys on the throne, as the Great Council of 101 did state females were passed over in favor of males. And he wanted to make sure that happened. In conclusion, I want to believe that Sir Cole was the one that was rejected, and he was all pissy about it because it was a power play. But in reality, I think it's most likely that Rhaenyra tried to seduce him one more time and then gave him threats on her way out. But that's what I think. So I want you right now, well, first, like the video, thanks. But second, write in the comment section down below, who do you think was at fault? Who do you think was rejected? And do you blame Sir Criston Cole or do you blame Rhaenyra Targaryen?